What's up, y'all? It's your boy BZ. I don't know why the news is still on. It's not like as if I'm watching or anything, but I just came to talk to y'all real quick. Get a little personal with y'all about some of my views on some things. Um, so first things first, I will say, starting out, I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody is finding themselves. I hope everyone is allowing everything to change within their lives, um, and just trusting the change. But what I wanted to talk about was how I've really been posting or like really doing a lot of readings or anything lately. Um, I know there are a few people who, like they really do fuck with my readings or like they really do like resonate um, with a lot of the things that I end up channeling or talk about or, messages that are given to me. And I will say that I did kind of slow down on it because of other people's views on it. And I really feel like now looking back at a lot of my content, like when I look at all my videos I made, like I was really seeing myself like really be so in tune with the messages that like my guides is really giving me to give to people to help them. And it does suck that certain people might view, me doing like the readings as like a bad thing. And I feel like it's really just all about like where you come from when you're doing it. Yeah, if you go into it and you just really focus on doing it for like the money, 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 then yeah, the karma can come back 2 times real big for that. You know what I'm saying? And like whatever energy can come through. But when you're really doing it for that purpose to actually like be the vessel to like give the mess like actual genuine messages that are literally coming, not just know like, oh, what is David doing? How is David gonna like me? It's that like at this point, that's why I really just feel like that's why I really only really be doing like collectives or like if I do like a personal something, it's more like a personal energy reading. It's not like, oh, I'm finna read like on David and your relationship and how's the like. This is one on one. What I do is very, very one on one. It's your energy. It's not no one else's. It's not. And the only time other people would come up is if like it's other people in your energy. But a lot of time when I do my readings, it's specifically focused on you, your energy, where you currently are, what are things that you can do to improve where you are, or things that you need to kind of start doing if you want to get to a certain place, or certain directions that you need to go or you need to take things, right? Sometimes you can't see that when you don't have those confirmations. So let's say if you are feeling like, damn, I'm not really doing enough right now, but then you like, damn, maybe I might just be in my head. That part of your ego that makes you kind of be like, no, I'm good, I'm good. But then that part of your soul or intuition that's like, no, we could be doing better. So you get that confirmation. It's like that confirmation gonna tell you like, damn, so yeah, I really wasn't doing good. But now I know that like I just gotta focus on this, or I gotta kind of like put more energy here, shift this there. And I don't know what's going to be said every time I do my readings. But I trust it though, because that's one of the biggest things that I've had to learn over the years on this spiritual journey is trusting my intuition. Regardless if that's speaking up and saying things that I need to say or actually paying attention to like the feelings I get. Cause I used to have a lot of times where like, I would like have feelings before I even did a reading, right? And this is how I would know, like, if I'm about to do a reading or, like, if I'm finna have to or if somebody finna come to me and need one. Um, I would always see, like, I would feel, like, whatever it is. I feel in the heart chakra point, you know? If it was something dealing with the heart chakra, like, I would always have, like, this tingling sensation in my heart chakra. If it was something with, like, sacral, I would have, like, it would just be, like, this feeling that I just would know. And, I trusted it and I learned to trust it. Even now, I'm still learning to trust a lot of it because I think the biggest thing that we are struggling with now is, that our ego. A lot of times, like, you might not think your ego really affects you as much as it does, but when your ego is moving from shadow, like deep shadow, yeah, shit can get fucked up real quick and easy, It doesn't take too much. But I think that's why, like, me, I love the fact that I've been in both of those energies, and I feel like that's why I was blessed with a lot of my experiences I've been through, because my experiences will help the next person. You know, my experiences will help the next person know how to move through something, or know how to kind of like see it clearer. I was gonna say clearly, but the word I was gonna say after that wasn't gonna like form. Anyways, help people see clearer, you know, more clear about the situation that they're going through, and more clear about how to move forward, you know? Because a lot of people, that's the thing, like, it's kind of like the energy of like really wanting to improve things with yourself, right? But not wanting to make the improvements, you know? And that's something that has to be done. Now, I will go back to my main topic, what I was talking about um, how I will start doing more readings again, and it will be collective based. I actually got a new deck, and it's called. Hold on, I want to get it because so I got a new one. And it's called The Soul's Journey. So I think I really want to kind of shift. I'm gonna probably shift perspectives on um, how I do my readings, um, because the biggest thing that I want to be the focus when I'm doing this, and I don't even think this is for anybody else. This is really one of those things that's like for myself. Like the whole me kind of stopping was because of other people, or like other people's doubts and their fears, you know, and then that kind of trickled down on me subconsciously, like, oh, well, maybe because, you know, no more. No more. You guys can keep your fears over there. And, you know, if so be it that it's not a part of my journey or destiny, that I'm doing what I do and I help people that I'm helping, then I'll accept. It's kind of like being like, I'll take the risk and accept whatever comes. But I know that there's a part of me that really has a strong intuition, has a strong perspective for people, to move them out of the low frequencies, to help them come up from the low frequencies, right? But I just feel like right now is a time for me to see that I can do that, you know? Because that's the thing, you guys. Like, when people put doubts and fears into your mind, it is a little tough to get over. You know why? Because it's the simple fact that when your brain, when you hear certain things, or like, it's kind of like always hearing something. Like, if you always hear people tell you like, oh, it's not gonna be, it's not gonna be, it's not gonna be, right? Eventually, and you're constantly around those people that are like, it's not gonna be, it's not gonna be, you won't be, you won't be, right? Subconsciously, that starts seeping into your shit, like, yeah, you won't be. Or like when you get maybe like, yeah, they are right, I'm not gonna be, you know? But that's where you have to really have that power and the control over your own life to say, like, I won't let other people's validation, or I won't let other people's opinions stop me from, or their own fears stop me from, you know, reaching new places, or jumping off the cliff to do things that I feel like for me are right. And, you know, I get it. You know, I get it. There's a lot of people here who are, and I don't even want to say it like they're like stuck, because there's some people that are truly stuck, and there's other people that they're not necessarily stuck, but it's just more so like I said, it's that perspective. Like, it's always gonna be the view. Like, it's always gonna be people, like everyone's view is gonna be different or something, and I feel like that's why a lot of times, like, it's. I feel like that's a lot of time. Trying to say a lot. I feel like that's the reason why a lot of times, like, when it comes to like how people judge other people or judge other people's situation, it's like, you know, we're always judging things from our perspective, but we're never judging it from the open perspective, or that higher perspective of like, okay, but what if that's what they have to do, or what if that's because that's how things in our life are going, you know? Like, we always just jump into like this judgment, this prejudice energy. But if that same thing happened to us, how would we move forward? How would we respond? And I feel like that's just those things that we have to remind ourselves and ask, like, if that was us in that position, like, what would I do? Now, yeah, you will have those people who are gonna be like, oh, I wouldn't care, or like, but there's always something that bothers us. There's always going to be something that someone says or someone does that really makes us feel a way or makes us think a way. And it's about how you persevere over those negative thoughts or those negative doubts or those negative, things people say about you. You got to move forward, because people will try to manifest things into your life by speaking on your name, or like, oh, you're this type of person, you're that. But, and sometimes, and I'm gonna be transparent and honest with y'all, sometimes it do work. You know why I say it do work? Because that's the part of it, right? If you're not really in tune with yourself, you're not really tapped in, you're not really focused on protecting yourself, and you're not really making sure you're grounded, it's easy for those little things to try to, like, to mess with you. People projecting their energy, or like, gaslighting you and things like that. Like, I'm at a point in my life where it's like, you can do that shit if you want to, but you better realize, like, what comes after you doing that. Not only are you gonna get karma, but then you're gonna get, like, I'm not even gonna say it, because you know what? Because it doesn't need to be spoke about, because it just needs to be experienced. And so that's the point I'm at. I'm done talking. There will be no more me speaking about, like, if you do this, this happens. I'm just at the point in my life where I don't need to explain anything anymore. It should be clear. And if it's not clear, ask a question. And if you don't understand, look closer, or like pay attention, slow down, So it's just like, I'm at a point in my life where I will no longer be wasting energy explaining or defending things. Now, if I do got to step out there and really say what I got to say for myself, like, I'm not no pussy, so I'm gonna say what I got to say, and that's just gonna be stamped, and that's just that. But I do come with, like, positivity for like, and everybody that know me know, like, you know, I just want to see everybody doing good. I want to see everybody happy, peaceful. But I understand, like, some people, they're not meant to be happy. And that's some shit that I had to accept, too. That, like, some people, like, in their position, in their predicament, in their circumstance, like, it's a part of their journey, or a part of, like, lesson to be in that energy of not winning or not being on top, because then that's the point where they're supposed to learn their lessons that they're supposed to learn. But some people don't. Some people go down, go lower with their energy, like, oh, well, they think they're bad. Like, they jump into the anger of it, right? You're angry at another person, but the only person you really be angry at is yourself, because you allowed yourself to get to that point, or you allowed yourself to, like, keep, doing the same things, or keeping up a certain behavior, or keeping up, certain lies or whatever, that's a you thing at the end of the day. It's like the same way how we can sit and take accountability and say, like, you know what, I can't see how I overgave myself. I can't see how I allowed this. I can't see how I self-sabotage this for myself. I see how I made certain choices and decisions that put me in this position to not be where I want to be, that accountability. But when you don't have that, it's the blame game, right? But when there's no one to blame, and there's nothing but a mirror in front of you, and you have to look at yourself and think about all those choices that you made and all those decisions that throat chakra you didn't make. At the end of the day, that's a part of your karma that you're having to go through, right? But you're going through it to learn, okay, like, what did I do? How did I move? Why did I move that way? Was moving that way, like, was it because of this? Was it because of this trigger? Was it, like, karma is supposed to really pull you through a lesson. It's supposed to pull you through and teach you something. Karma's not just always about, like, damn, I'm getting the shitty end of a stick. Because a lot of people that be like that, they tend to relish in the karma, right? Because they don't want to see that they've done anything wrong. They don't want to see that they're the problem. They don't want to see none of that. But, that's the thing. Like, when we get to certain points like that, you have to be honest with yourself. And a lot of people are afraid to be honest with themselves because of the fear of what will happen when they're honest about certain things, even within themselves and with other people. Like, I've realized that, and I think that's something that I've always kind of, like, had a little knowing of, like the simple fact that like certain people would lie, would rather choose a lie than being honest about their actions, because it feels much safer to lie, so that they don't have to like be in trouble, or if they don't have to like, take that accountability. But at some point, it's like you're doing all of that, right? But then that guilt is gonna start coming up within you every time you think on the situation, or every time you think about how you handle something. It's the guilt of it that will be in the forefront, that will push you to kind of start making those changes. It's that guilt, right? That point of having to actually apologize for something that you did, or going to that point to actually taking ownership of a choice you made, or an action, or like I said, a decision, you know. But sometimes like you can get lost within trying to find other ways to handle it. Meaning, like how I said before, like, usually the easiest thing for people to do to kind of get out of a situation is like make up a lie, or like try to throw it on the other person. Like, no, it's your fault, you know. But when a person truly knows that they didn't do anything and they did everything right, you can't just throw it on them, you know. It's like at some point, and I feel like that's one of the things that I think I see a lot of times with like different people, and it's not even in my life, it's in other people's lives as well. Like that, I see how people handle situations, how people like choose to treat people. You know, I see that it's kind of based off of like that mentality of like jumping away so that they're not the one in trouble, jumping out the way so that they're not the one that has to take all the heat, right? Because they're afraid to like be in that trouble position. They're afraid to be the one under fire, you know. But it's like, why are you afraid to be under fire? Like, what is it that's so like hitting your core to the point like, no, I can't say the truth, right? You know, because me being honest and me take like, bitch, you're immature, and we can say it, and we can say it boldly. You're immature. Because if you're mature, think about it like this, right? When you start maturing, right, you're gonna see where you was in the wrong, right? And it's just a part of it's something with inside of you that's gonna be like, nah, I gotta say something, or I gotta like, you know. And I've always been like this since I was younger. So that's why I always just feel like, bro, I've always had this old ass soul. And so when I see me, how I would handle things versus how other people handle things, I definitely can't say that I just understand. I respect it. Like, if that's how you think is going to be the best way to handle it, you know, like when things don't play out the way you thought it was, that you thought, like, you know, I mean, you guys can keep trying to be in control of your guys' ego and letting the body control you guys more than you're controlling it. Be my guest. But don't expect for things to start working out when you're trying to control every aspect of every situation in your life. It's kind of like the energy of like knowing everything that's going to happen so that you can kind of like time it out, or you can like play everything out, right? If we knew everything and we saw everything ahead of time, and we try to, that's like basically you trying to avoid what's meant to happen. And that's the one thing that God don't play about, right? God don't play about destiny and how things are supposed to happen. Yeah, you have your free will, right? But I feel like there has been many times where I've seen it with my own eyes, how although yes, we have free will, there are certain things that we were always meant to say yes to, say no to, say I'm in, I'm not in, you know, because that was a part of our destiny, right? That was a part of our will. Even though we have the choice to do it, right? When you kind of see it lapse out, you kind of start seeing like, but damn, like, but if it wasn't for me saying no, then I wouldn't end up at this point where now I'm in this situation. Or if I did say yes, then I wouldn't be at this point of now seeing it so bigger of like why I had to leave, you know? So it's all those things that you kind of just start to see when, you know, you become aware of your choices that you're making, when you become aware of how you're handling things, you know? You get a clear, I don't know why I keep saying clearer. I don't even feel like clearer is a word, but you get a better, I still want to say clear. You get a better, clearer view, you know? And I feel like that's the thing. Just build up that awareness. So I know we got all the way from talking about that to that, but I'm just saying that's how the energy is though, you know? And I just want to continuously allow source to use me in this lifetime to be able to help as many people as I can. I don't give a fuck if I help 1 or 2 people. I bet you them 1 or 2 people gonna testify and be damn sure to tell you that they made those changes that they felt within inside of themselves. Not what I told them to do, right? But those changes that they felt with the inspiration of me speaking on certain things that they found for themselves to be things that they might have needed to work on, right? And now they're having their own testimonies about how they trusted the process, how they trusted this, how they believed in that, right? And now they have their own stories to go tell to help people. It's not about being the best person, being the most high vibrational, being this, being that. At the end of the day, what are you doing with your vibration to help the collective or to help the next person? You know? And that's where we really see and we really get in tune with who we are, right? Not just like seriously like, oh, who am I, right? But no, literally like who you are, right? From like your architect, from all the way down to personality, to the way you handle things. Like, it's giving very astrology vibes, because if you look into astrology, it will tell you like a lot of your aspects, kind of like when you look up some of your aspects, like your placements, if you look them up and then you kind of start reading like, damn, I am kind of like that, you know? You will see that some of those are negative, right? And some are good. But it's about getting to that point to become aware, being aware that you have those sides to yourselves, or that you have those versions of yourself, or you have those traits about you, you know? Versus then you're just randomly not knowing any of those things. Like, why am I like this? Why am I like that? And it's not saying just like excuse yourself because of a fucking zodiac sign, because I definitely hate that for sure. But I feel like it just helps you understand yourself better than just trying to like force yourself to be something that you're not. Or at least try to force yourself to be something that you think you want to be, but then you don't really know if that's who you really want to be. And it's giving me very much like identity crisis type shit, you know? And that's one of those things that's like, you know, you kind of got to let people go. And that's a whole self-discovery thing, honestly. You know, like really, really, really looking at yourself for who you are. And then like, you know, the good, the bad, the could be better, the I'm not going to change. You have to look at all those things, because those things factor in literally with who you become at the end of the day, you know? But I ain't even get all deep on y'all or whatever. But I hope that whoever do hear this though, I do hope that it does help you gain some type of insight on, you know, moving forward, how to do things for yourself, like trusting what you feel for yourself you should do, trusting your intuition. That's the biggest thing of all, right? I feel like a lot of times, like I said, those outside distractions or those outside things that we hear all the time that add into us not making choices or not making decisions, you know? Have to overcome that. Have to overcome those things and start to trust ourselves. Learn to trust. Trust, I feel like that's the biggest thing right now during this season. Like, learning to really trust yourself. Trusting your intuition, trusting your thoughts, trusting your choices, trusting your heart, trusting that your ego won't make certain decisions or choices that don't align with like what you feel. Like, you know, it's a key point right now where we're building trust within ourselves. And that's really all I gotta say, y'all. I ain't mean to make this video like 25 minutes long, but I'm not finna cut the message short. I know some people attention span ain't really that long to be able to listen to all this, but at the end of the people who really feel like it's for them, they're gonna listen to the end. And even if it's not people, it's like, oh, I'm just like, you know, they're just wanting to be nosy. Like, you've made it to the end. You should give yourself a hand clap. Like, you made it to the end of the video, right? Because there was a part of you that knew watching this, you would find something, or at least it's something that you were looking for. And then, well, let me get this out the way. If you're watching just to watch this, to like be nosy, there's really nothing to hide. There you go. If you're literally watching this because you got pulled to watch this video, then I want you to know that you're trusting your intuition, or at least you're trusting a part of yourself that feels like feeling that pull, right? Feeling that like nudge, just like, no, watch that. I think that's gonna help you. You know, start trusting that, because it's like that could be your guide, literally trying to like help you, right? But then sometimes you don't see it because it's like you be so focused on like, is it for me? That overthinking energy. No more overthinking. Trusting. So it's your boy Bz, the Dream Visionist, and if I'm not really doing any personals right now, so I will let y'all know if I get back into doing them. But right now, it'll really just be more collective, sign reads, stuff like that. But the target is really gonna be more like, with my readings is gonna be more like ego soul based, like what messages does your soul want to convey to your ego? What, like, it's gonna be stuff like that. I'm really starting from the drawing board with this, and I just really want to like be my own way with how I do this. I don't want to stick to the regular formula of like tarot, and I want to do it my way, the way that I feel like would be the best to help people improve this lifetime. So with that being said, it's your boy Bz. And if you guys would like to donate, you guys can check the link in my description box below. I think it's PayPal, Cash App, whatever you feel free. I ain't saying y'all gotta send none at all, but what I do respect in the conversation I have had with Source is that whatever money I do get from here will go to fund this. It won't go to fund anything else. And that's something that I have been disciplining myself on. And so, yeah, if anybody sends any money, just know it's going right back up into this. So, yeah. But it's your boy Bz, and we out, man. We out. We out here. We out. We outside on YouTube. We out.